Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to share this healing story with you. Today, my guest is Katie Coast, and she's from California. And she had a healing session with me, and I can't wait to have her share her story with you. So, Katie, welcome.
Hi, Debra. So nice to finally meet you.
No, it's wonderful to meet in person. In your healing session, you said right away that you could feel the anesthesia that God was administering to you. Can you just kind of describe what went on in your healing session and the symptoms that you were dealing with prior to even having the healing session?
hmm Oh yeah. So the night before the healing, I was sitting on the couch and I got like really hot, like felt heat, and I didn't know. I was like, maybe I'm getting sick. I don't know. I felt fine, but I was really hot, so I took like an Advil or something, and I went to bed. And then the morning too, I felt heat before. And then so when the session started, I had my little notebook out, was just kind of going to record anything that I felt on my end during my time. And I think about 10 minutes in, I was sitting on the couch and I was going to write, and I just felt like a wave of sedation. Like I just wanted to like lay down. And so
Mhm.
I just kind of just like sat slumped over in the couch and laid down for the rest of the healing.
You talked about your neck being aligned.
Yeah, I was in a car accident about 6 years ago. I had really bad whiplash, so my head went like this. The car rolled that way. And I was told, I believe it was my C2 and C3, kind of went like that. And I had like a permanent lump just in the back of my neck right here, where it was just the muscles were just knotted and they couldn't get rid of it. I did chiropractor work, I did physical therapy, 2 rounds. And it did, it stopped the headaches. I got my range of motion back, but I knew that it was out of place, if that makes sense. Like there was just that spot where it was just a knot. And yeah, during my healing, there was a lot of like tingling going on in my neck. I recorded that down. And then afterwards, I didn't even think to check that until I heard it in the healing that my spine was being aligned. So I kind of just reached back and touched my neck after listening to it, and it's gone. There's no knot. It's just completely aligned.
Wow. So you had physical evidence immediately.
Yes, yeah, immediately. And my neck was so sore for like a week, I think, after that. It kind of kept popping. And I was so scared every time I'd like touch it, like, is it there? And it's perfect now. I have no pain anymore.
Wow, that's beautiful. After
hmm
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. And
Wow.
even going to the healing, like even thinking about that being touched, I was like, there's no way that that could get fixed. So yeah, that was amazing.
It's amazing to hear.
Yeah.
I feel it, but then not knowing that any of this is happening to you, this is just miraculous. I'm so
hmm
happy for you. So then you talk about the temples, the pressure in your, I was feeling that like, oh my gosh, my temples are really hurting. What were you
hmm
feeling?
Yeah. So I fell and hit my head. I got a concussion right here. And so I would get pain in this temple. And then eventually it was both, like these pulsating headaches. Um, and it was several times a week. And so after the healing, I've only had pain in this area just right here, maybe 2 or 3 times. But that, I mean, I would have it several times a week. So that's big.
And would that give you headaches?
It would, yeah. And
Yeah.
those are down too.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling like it was going across the head, like headaches.
Yeah, it would be
And
like
so
forehead and right here.
you weren't too sure that I was even going to deal with was your lower abdomen and
hmm
your digestive system. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, during the healing, I did have like a feeling of heat again, just in that area, which hasn't happened to me before. I don't get that. Um, but I just had like digestive issues just out of nowhere for about 2 years. And it all connects also when they told me for some reason, maybe like pelvic congestive syndrome or something like that. So that was all tied in. And yeah, you worked on the abdomen, and the rest of the day I was so bloated. Like I showed my mom, and we're like, this is crazy. But it went back down. And so that's been kind of slowly getting better. My digestion has improved a lot. It's not what I think like a normal person who doesn't have any issues would be, but I'm way better than I was, much more regular.
What I find fascinating is like, I know that that area is worked on. I can feel the pain, I can feel the heat, and you hear me say that on the MP4.
Mhm.
And then for you to actually feel that and have the bloating, I say this could happen to you and this may not happen to you because I don't know what's going to transpire with each person. But the fact that you had something that you could really look at, really feel, and show your mom.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Oh, this part was really, really touching. They went back to, they kept saying age 6, 7, 6, 7. And I would say 6 and then they would say 7. So I kept thinking, well, maybe 6.5, right? And
Mhm.
they were very specific at that. And that could have all transpired some of this, maybe the digestive issues,
Mhm.
um, because there was some root pain there. And you weren't too sure. What did you think you why they brought that age up?
Oh, right. So when I was 6, I broke my foot, and that was the only like physical thing I could think of. But I think that might have been the time that my parents' marriage just got really tumultuous. I know they split up when I was like 12, I believe, but it started much before that. And I think that's probably where it started. I don't have a lot of memories from that time, but if I go back and read like journals and stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
God brings you at that age and says, you didn't know how to digest it. You didn't know how to handle it, but you held it within. We were able to go to those root issues way back from when you were 6 and 7,
Hmm.
heal those things that you may not have even been aware of.
Yeah, yeah, it was really beautiful when I heard that, and I was just like crying, and I didn't know why, but it just, yeah, I felt really.
Spirit came into the room, a loved one from the other side. And I kept feeling like someone was touching my hair. What transpired on your end?
Yeah, so while I was laying down, I was just on my couch, and like I said, I was kind of recording everything that was happening, even if it didn't make sense. And it was just like my head right here just started itching, and I was like, okay, well, my head is really itchy, so I kind of wrote that down. And it would just happen randomly throughout the healing. I would just like itch right here on my head. And then you mentioned that in the recording as well.
Yes, and it was grandmothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you had said you don't really remember them, but
Mm-hmm.
they were there to love you, protect you, and they've been guiding you ever since.
Mm-hmm.
That had to feel good hearing that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when you said like she plays with your hair, like on the side of your head, I was like, oh my gosh, that's cool because I never got to meet them. So,
And it's a sense of comfort.
I mean, I just want to say that, I mean, when I found you and I was looking into this, I kind of thought, maybe I'll do this, but maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I'm meant to be sick or meant to not be well. And kind of on that same thought, I was like, well, maybe you're meant to find this, maybe you're meant to have a healing. So I just kind of like pushed my anxiety and fear to the side, and I just, kind of took a leap of faith. And I just think if you're worried or if you are unsure, just know that you found this page, you found Debra for a reason.
And I'm so honored to meet you and get the chance to talk to you. Um, and thank you for taking this time to do this with me.
Of course. No, thank you. Yeah, I can't thank you enough. It was really amazing. And I listen to my recording still all the time. So,
That's great. It's like having a healing over and over again, right?
hmm.
Well, I just want to thank everybody else that's listening, and that this was just a pure, true miracle. And you are a miracle. And thank you for sharing that miracle with everyone. And until we speak again, everybody, bye for now.